Today we will discuss some of the questions based on the property of odd and even functions in definite integration. So let's start the session. Firstly, a odd function. The function where f of minus x is equal to minus times fx is an odd function. Even function. F of minus x is equal to fx. It is an even function. This is symmetric about y-axis. This is symmetric about origin. Let's discuss some of the properties based on odd even functions in definite integration. Minus a to a fx dx is equal to firstly 0, second 2 times 0 to a fx dx. This happens when it is an odd function and this when it is an even function. So based on this property, now we will discuss some questions which are important. First question, integration from minus a to a fx plus f of minus x into gx minus g of minus x divided by cos x into sine squared dx. How to calculate these? On the first attempt, it would look very hard and very lengthy to you, but it is very simple. You can think wherever you see the limits from minus a to a, you can think it as a property of odd and even. As we know that cos is an even function, sine square x even function, fx plus f of minus x, this is also a even function, gx minus g of minus x, this is an odd function. So altogether it is an odd function and minus a to a integration of an odd function is 0. So answer to the problem is 0. Let's take second question, which is minus a to a ln of sec x minus tan x divided by e की power x plus e की power minus x into sec square x dx. Now you have to calculate this question. This is much of a similar question. Just you have to understand which functions are odd and which are even. Let's see. This is an even function. Even. This is also an even function. And this is an odd function. We will see how it is odd. ln of sec x minus tan x. This is our fx. Let's calculate f of minus x, which is ln of sec of minus x minus tan of minus x. Now f of minus x is equal to ln of sec x, as sec of minus x is sec x minus and tan of minus x is minus tan x, so it becomes plus, so it becomes ln of sec x plus tan x. Then we will rationalize it, or we will multiply it by its conjugate, sec x minus tan x Also down here sec x minus tan is f of minus x. Upper part becomes sec square x minus tan square divided by sec x minus tan x. This is our f of minus x. Now we know the general property that sec square x minus tan square x is 1. So we will use that and our equation will become 1 by sec x minus tan x. This is f of minus x. And it will become minus times sec x minus tan x. F of minus x. Now from here we can conclude that f of minus x is minus times f x. So it is an odd function. Now we go to our question where we have told you that this is an odd function. Here is the proof. Hence the whole function becomes odd and answer is 0. Let's proceed further and try to solve another question. Question number 3. Integration from minus a to a fx plus f of minus x by e की power x plus e की power minus x into ln of under root 1 plus x square plus x dx. This is also on the same property as previous question. We know we have discussed that this is an even function. This is also an even function. And now you have to see that this is an odd function. We can prove it. So let's discuss the proof. Ln of under root 1 plus x square plus this is fx. We will calculate f of minus x, which is ln of under root 1 plus x square minus. We will rationalize it ln of 1 plus x square minus x square by divided by under root 1 plus x square plus x. This is f of minus x. Now we will proceed further and we will get 1 by ln of 1 by under root 1 plus x square plus x. This is f of minus. Then f of minus x is minus times ln under root 1 plus x square plus x. F of minus x is minus times fx. Hence proved. So from here we can conclude that this is an odd function. Hence the integration is 0. We can solve more questions based on this property. Let's solve another problem. Integration from minus a to a sine inverse of x dx. This can be written as we know that sine inverse x is a odd function. So hence the integration is 0. Fourth question, minus a to a cos inverse x dx. We can write it as 0 to a 2 times cos inverse x dx. Is this line true? You will have to comment it.